Okay, continue with section 3.2. All of your problems are going to say simplify, write your answers using positive exponents only. Okay, so I've tried to come up with a list of steps that will help you when you are simplifying. Okay, so you can use these for all of the problems. Step 1, clear parentheses if you have them. Step 2 is going to be change all your negative exponents to positive exponents. And I say think about reciprocal. That means you're flipping it over or changing the position. And then simplify using either the product rule, the power rule, or the quotient rule. And that's all going to depend on your problem. Okay, so let's look at a few examples. If I have a to the negative 4 over b to the negative 3. Okay, go back to my steps. There are no parentheses, so we don't have to do that step. Change negative exponents to positive. Think reciprocal. If they are both negative, then I'm going to take the reciprocal of this entire expression. That means b to the third goes to the top, a to the fourth goes to the bottom. Take the reciprocal. When you do that, it changes those negative exponents to positives. So then we go to the next step, which is simplify. Can I simplify this any further? Not if they don't have the same variable. Okay, so this is it. B to the third over A to the fourth. Okay, let's say if I have x to the negative 1 over x to the negative 4. Okay, again, no parentheses, but I can change these two positives by taking the reciprocal. So that's going to be x to the fourth over x to the positive 1. Now can I simplify further? Yes, because I have like variables. This would be the quotient rule. Subtract, so that would give me x to the third power. Okay, think about that higher exponents on the top, so my answer is actually going to go to the top. Okay, if I look at number 3, I have y to the negative 4 over y to the 6th. Okay, I only want to change or move those terms that have negative exponents. Okay, so I would not need to take the reciprocal of the entire term. If I did that, it would move y to the 6th up to the top and make it a negative, and that's not what I want. So I'm only going to move y to the 4th to the denominator. Y to the 6th is already here because it was positive. Now what am I going to put on the top? Okay, well there is an understood 1 that's there in front that I could keep. Okay, so sometimes you have to look at it as, each variable individually. So I only moved that one that had that negative exponent. Now I can simplify. So it would be 1 over, this is y to the 4th times y to the 6th. So I'm going to use product rule, which gives y to the 10th. Add your exponents. So it would be 1 over y to the 10th. Okay, let's say if we have a to the negative 4 times b to the 7th, and it's all raised to the negative 5th power. Okay, this will be one that I will have to get rid of the parentheses first. So clear parentheses by multiplying your exponents. So that would give me a negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. And b, 7 times negative 5 is negative 35. Okay, so that was step 1, clear parentheses. Step 2, get rid of your negative exponents. So the only one that I will have to take the reciprocal of, or flip, will be the b. So think about this as being over a 1. Okay, a to the 20th is going to stay, but b to the 35th gets moved to the denominator to change it to a positive. Can I simplify any further? No, because they do not have like variables, so we would just stop it right there. Okay, let's say if we have x squared to the third power over x to the 10th. X squared to the third power over x to the 10th. Now only x squared is being cubed, so we get rid of the parentheses there. Use the power rule, so that would be x to the 6th over x to the 10th. Okay, do I have to move anything? Well, there's no negative exponents, so we're not going to take the reciprocal or move anything. Just subtract your exponents. So think about this now. When I subtract, I know it's going to be x to the 4th, but does it go to the top or to the bottom? Wherever the higher exponent is, that's where it's going to go to keep it a positive. Think about if I wrote out all those x's and all those x's on the top. There would be 6 on the top, 10 on the bottom. The 4 that's left over would be on the bottom. So understood 1 goes on the top, so it would be 1 over x to the 4th. So when you subtract, put your answer wherever the higher exponent is. Okay, so if I have, let's look at a to the 5th times b over a to the 7th times b to the negative 2, everything raised to the negative 3 power. Okay, this is probably going to be the most involved problem that we're going to have. Okay, but follow my steps. Get rid of my parentheses first. Notice everything is in the parentheses, so everything gets multiplied by the negative 3. So I would have a 5 times negative 3 would be negative 15. B, 1 times negative 3 would be negative 3 over a 7 times negative 3 would be negative 21. B, negative 2 times negative 3 would be positive 6. Then I look at what am I going to move? Only those that have a negative exponent. Okay, well both of the a's do. So I'm going to have a to the 21st over a to the 15th. Okay, I had to switch both of those. But with the b's, b to the 6th is going to stay in the denominator. It was positive. B to the 3rd gets brought to the denominator to make it a positive. Now I can simplify because I have like variables. With the a's, if one's in the numerator, one's in the denominator, that means I'm going to subtract. Higher answer goes to the top, so it's a to the 6th. Now with my b's, they're both together in the denominator. That means b to the 6th times b to the 3rd. So that's going to be b to the 9th. You're going to add your exponents of your like variables. Okay, one more example that I hope I can fit in here, and that will be 5x cubed y to the negative 2 all raised to the second power, just because I want to remind you about this coefficient. Okay, remember this means 5 to the second power, x to the sixth power, y to the negative 4 when I multiply. Okay, so 5 to the second power would be 25. X to the sixth. This one has a negative, so it's going to go to the denominator. Okay, take the reciprocal of that term. So it would be 25 x to the sixth, y to the fourth.